There are many toys in the game that have no real use and are simply a fun cosmetic item for jokes and giggles, but there are also a few items that actually have a good use and might come in handy in certain situations. And I am not talking about something like the different halfstones or campfires, but actually useful items. For starters, we have the $1 halfstone and the Garrison halfstone, which can teleport you to either $1 above the Broken Isles, where you can also find a portal to either Stormwind or Orgrimmar, or to your garrison for an easy access to Drano. You get the $1 halfstone by simply talking to the NPC Amicia Zurgaze in $1 above the Broken Isles, and you get the Garrison halfstone after a short questline which can start in Frostfire Ridge as a Horde player or in Shadowmoon Valley as an Alliance player. Then there are Katie's Stamp Whistle and the Auna Purge, which both give you access to a mailbox for 10 minutes every 3 hours. The cooldown may be a bit much, but it's still very useful at times. You can get Katie's Stamp Whistle after a short questline which starts at the Legion version of $1. Sometimes you can find a letter near this mailbox, and at some point of this quest chain you end up in a special room of a postmaster. That's the guy who always sends you all that junk you didn't collect. After completing the questline, you have to do a little minigame here, where you have to sort the letters to the location they go to, and if you're good enough you get Katie's Stamp Whistle. The Auna Purge is a reward for renown level 14 with the Maruk Centaur. Both items have a shared cooldown, so having only one of those is definitely enough. The Innkeeper's Daughter serves as an additional halfstone, not like the cosmetic toys, but as an actual halfstone with a separate cooldown from your regular one. This item can be found with the Archaeology profession while restoring dwarven relics. The Whispers of Wyvosh drop from the Wermob Wyvosh in the Shadowmoon Valley on Draenor. This item has a 1 hour cooldown and a 2-second cast, which will give you a slow fall for 10 seconds. However, since it's a 2-second cast, you cannot use it while already falling, but if you are in a situation where you need slow fall ability, this item can prove useful. The Safari Hat is a reward for the achievement Taming the World, for which you have to defeat 40 different pet tamer NPCs in pet battles. This item will give you 10% increased battle pet experience, so if you want to level up some of your pets and you already have this item, make sure to always have it activated. This item has no cooldown and also gives you a nice hat. That is not available as a transmog in any way, so that's a nice bonus. Speaking of hats, for 100 Epicureans awards you can buy the Chef's Hat in Dalaran. You get these tokens for doing the cooking dailies in Dalaran, Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and this toy gives you increased cooking speed. Remember the Whispers of Wyvosh I told you about a minute ago? Yeah, screw that, you better get yourself a Parasol instead. There are multiple Parasols in the game, but the easiest to get is the stylish black Parasol. You can simply loot it in Ravendreath in the Shadowlands at this location. It's on a 5-minute cooldown, lasts for up to 15 minutes, and most important of all, it's stylish. Then it gives a slow fall when you are jumping down from a high space, you look like Mary Poppins, and you can use it while moving, which means you can also cast it while already falling. The fractured Necrolite skull can be purchased from a Burning Crusade time walking vendor during Burning Crusade time walking weeks for 500 time warp badges, and you can use it to sacrifice a critter nearby to open a portal to the Black Temple in Outland. It's just another nice fast travel you can use to get over to Outland from literally anywhere. And finally, I have 2 toys, which will not be very useful to most of you, but if you are a content creator like myself, you might be interested in them. I am talking about the Date Simulation Modulator and the Jar of Sun-Warmed Sand. The Date Simulation Modulator can change the skybox and brightness around you into different settings. Peaceful day, romantic sunset, fireflies at midnight and stuck in the rainstorm, while the Jar of Sun-Warmed Sand sets the skybox to daytime no matter how late it is. I am using these toys for almost every video in some way, for nice scenic shots, me talking to the camera to say goodbye, and for thumbnails. So if you see yourself as a fellow content creator, you might want to use these. The Date Simulation Modulator can be bought during the Love is in the Air event, while the Jar of Sun-Warmed Sand can be bought in the Caverns of Time for 500 time warp badges. And that's it for today's list. If I could help you with some of these items, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you next time. Until then, see ya!